Hey everybody, Matt Johnston here, Matt the lawyer. And the Maryland General Assembly just finished their work session for 2023. And one of the topics that they took up was the Family Medical Leave Insurance Program that the state of Maryland implemented or is going to be implementing. Now, FMLI is a state version of the federal FMLA law. And it was created first in the 2022 legislative session. And to call that piece of legislation a bit of a train wreck is, well, it's my opinion, but it is something that was going to create a lot of problems. So fortunately, our friends at the General Assembly decided to take a little bit of a review of the statute that was passed. So just as a reminder, this program will create a method for paid family medical leave to be administered kind of like unemployment insurance is administered here in the state of Maryland. Employees will be able to take up to 24 weeks of paid leave, and the payments will be coming from a pool of money that is populated in by employers and employees into this insurance type pool. And the benefit is that people will be able to take this leave and receive up to 90% of their pay. So we're still waiting on regulations for the actual program. When it was passed in 2022, the Larry Hogan administration sort of slow-rolled preparing the regulations, and the Governor Moore's administration is working on those. We expect the regulations to be issued somewhere around June 1 of 2023. Now, some of the changes that are present in the law that was passed this legislative session is to make some changes on deadlines and dates. So, contributions into the insurance pool by employers and employees have been pushed off for 1 year. Originally, they were scheduled to begin October of this year, 2023. That's been pushed off 1 year, and contributions will begin October 1 of 2024. Now, one of the most painful aspects of the original law was that employees would be expected to contribute up to 3 to 5% of their pay into this fund. Lots of people were really exercised about that. As you can imagine, it's a 3 to 5% pay cut for employees. So the new law has capped contributions 1.2% of employee compensation, which would include wages, salary, bonuses, things like that. So contributions cannot exceed 1.2% of that employee's compensation. To the employee paying 75%, but the employer still has to make a contribution. At least that's what the law looks like right now. There may be some modifications come in the regulations because there is some wiggle room for the regulators. Contributions are to be deducted from an employee's wages from their paycheck every week, just like any other tax. An important change that came about when the law was originally passed, employers could require that employees take any accrued leave benefits before the employee could take the FMLI leave. They changed that. An employer may not require the taking of PTO, sick leave, or other employee-provided leave, but if the employee wants to have a complete income replacement, meaning 100% of their pay as opposed to 90%, then they can make an agreement with the employer to sort of take some of that PTO and sick and safe leave, things like that, so that they can maximize 100%. So an employee can't, say, bank 3 weeks of PTO and take the 90% of money from the FMLI and then add their full PTO. They only get 100%, so they can't sort of stack it to make more money. Now, for larger employers in the state of Maryland, those with 50 or more employees or are otherwise eligible, their employees are otherwise eligible for the Federal Family Medical and Leave Act. That leave that is eligible under FMLA is concurrent with the FMLI, the Maryland leave. So you can't stack them and basically do all of that. It is concurrent. Benefits will begin being paid on January 1, 2026, so there is some time. Primarily, that time is there for Maryland to fund the insurance pool. So they'll have about 15 months of receipts going in before they have to start paying benefits. There will be regulations about how to apply for and get the benefits, and you can take a look at various pieces of legislation to find out what the FMLI is for, but you can imagine it's going to be for birth of children, adoption of children, to take time off for sickness, your own family sickness, and some military related items as well. So the Maryland FMLI is a little bit more palatable now in terms of employee contributions and in terms of employer contributions. So hopefully that will ease a little bit of the burden on Maryland employers and their employees. In the meantime, if you would be so kind as to click that subscribe button that you see in the upper corner there, I'd really appreciate it. And if you click on the bell down below, you'll also get a notification when we post new information. In the meantime, this is Matt the Lawyer signing off. Please go out and watch some live soccer, and we will talk to you later. Bye-bye.